The other night we played, and it aired on this program, the soundbite of his wife, who apparently is just as crazy as he is, lamenting that she still has Trump supporting relatives. And notwithstanding the fact that she begged them, and gave them 10 reasons not to vote for Trump, they still voted for Trump. And she feels like they voted against Jimmy. Okay, something's wrong when your so-called comedian husband is in your mind on the ballot. But all right, there was more to that interview. I don't even know why they're doing this. Like, but they're both of them are on like what appears to be like a Zoom call with a bunch of people in the frame. And listen to this. Now, the subject of poor Jimmy's 5 nights off, 5 nights paid off, where he got multi-millions. Just pursuant to his contract. But yeah, he's a free speech warrior. How that went over, the trauma in their family when speaking with their daughter, who is 11. They also have a son who's 8. Listen here.
And Jimmy let them know. He said, my show has been suspended. And our daughter immediately burst into tears. Oh. And she said, I'll sell my Labubu's. And we told her, yeah, you should. No, we did not. We told her, no, you don't need to do that. You don't need to sell Labubu's. And our son asked if the president had done this. Oh. And we looked at each other, and we didn't quite know how to answer that question.
I think I said yes.
We did. We actually both said yes at the exact same time. We said yes, he did.
Okay. So you chose not to tell your children that the reason he got suspended is because he mocked and wrongfully blamed a beloved conservative's death on conservatives. I can see why you didn't think that was appropriate to share with your 11-year-old, I guess. Much easier to just blame Donald Trump. Zero personal responsibility there, Stu. It's all about Trump, not what Jimmy said. And then the cherry on top of the sundae, the referencing of the Labubus, these little dolls that can be as cheap as $25 or can be $850 a pop. And the little girl thinks they're so poor, she's going to have to sell hers off. Sure, Jan.
Yeah, I'm living in this incredible mansion somewhere in Hollywood and living the life that everyone would aspire to financially. And yet...
And let me tell you something. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but let me just say one thing quickly. By 11, your kids know exactly where you are on the earning scale. They may not know your salary, but they know if you have money or if you're struggling for money. That whole thing sounds like a fucking made-up lie to me. Sorry, keep going.
It does seem like one of those stories that actually didn't happen. And also, like, how would it happen? Why on earth would your children assume the president of the United States was getting you suspended? How would they come up with that idea? They come up with that idea because you're telling them how evil he is all the time, right? Like, probably every conversation around your house is focused around this one guy and the things you claim he's doing to you, which, of course, largely are nonsense anyway. I mean, Trump does occasionally dive into some Hollywood issues. He does enjoy to do that every once in a while. But I mean, it's insane, right? Like these things don't just happen. It's like when you see these parents who are like, gosh, my daughter goes to bed every night and she's so concerned about global warming and how is she going to live? Like, that doesn't come from the kid. The kid doesn't come up with that on their own. No child actually goes to bed thinking about a 0.9 degrees Celsius temperature rise over a globe in a century. And there's no child who actually fears that. That is given to the kid by the parent. And, as well as all those Labubus, this is something that the parents are handing down and giving to these kids and giving them a perception of how the world works, which is they are somehow in the mansion with the Labubus, somehow the victim of this society. It's insane when you really think about it that way.
Because we all have an $850 doll for our child. There's zero chance that they went for the $25 Labubu. And by the way, yet another tell that she's lying is the part where she says, I don't even remember what we said in response. And Jimmy's like, we said yes. And she's like, we said yes.
At the same time.
But not a hesitation. She knew, she tried to, she wasn't going to say that they didn't take personal responsibility because, at the last second, she had the light bulb go off that this would not make them look good. Jimmy was too dumb to realize this was not going to make them look good. Let's watch it again. Now with our analysis baked in, let's watch it one more time. Stop 14.
And Jimmy let them know. He said, my show has been suspended. And our daughter immediately burst into tears. Oh. And she said, I'll sell my Labubu's. And we told her, yeah, you should. No, we did not. We told her, no, you don't need to do that. You don't need to sell Labubu's. And our son asked if the president had done this. Oh. And we looked at each other, and we didn't quite know how to answer that question.
I think I said yes.
We did. We actually both said yes at the exact same time. We said yes.
Oh, you remember now.
And now,
right? I think I said yes. Yes, you did. We both said yes. We both did. Like, she's a liar. That's my opinion. And by the way, we didn't even talk about the hosts, the other host on this podcast, which I guess is called We Can Do Hard Things. Their horror that she might have to sell her Labubus. They're all like, like literally everyone, one girl touches her head with both hands like, not the Labubus. No. The horror the poor Kimmels have had to go through, Stu.
Oh, I think you found my favorite part of the clip, which is the host, their hands gestures throughout it. Like the entire time telling the story, one has her hand over her heart, like, oh my gosh, and then it's the hand to the face, and they're like, I can't believe what an adorable moment, but what a sad moment. Now, none of these people seem to be, they wouldn't have the same sadness from the Jimmy Kimmel Labubu child possibly losing their Labubus as they would to that first clip you showed from the crib. Like that's the clip that should make you feel that way, not a millionaire losing their $850 doll. That shouldn't make you feel that way. The poor child.
And by the way, that's what Jimmy was joking about. That's really what he was joking about. He was making light of what happened to Charlie by being like, MAGA's, scrambling to make it seem like it wasn't their own. That includes the whole thing. And he diminished the whole tragedy with that flippant, erroneous, defamatory comment. We all know the guy confessed to his family that it was Tyler Robinson, okay? That's who killed Charlie Kirk. It wasn't one of MAGA's own. The guy was a leftist, according to his own parents, and not to mention what he wrote on the bullets and the way he'd been living his life and all that stuff. He won't take personal responsibility for misstating the facts, which was obviously intentional, and now wants us to feel sorry for him. There's no other reason for her to tell that story, Stu.
No, it's of course they're trying to get sympathy for themselves, even though, again, and like what he said was obviously untrue and something that is believed widely by the left to this day. They still believe that this was a MAGA person. We have, it's not just Jimmy Kimmel who said it. It was widely spread around left-wing media. We have America's dumbest congressman, Eric Swalwell, said something like that. We have tons of people who
tight race, but I agree.
Yeah, I think he. Look, there's definitely a tight race there. We could bring in Jasmine Crockett. There's a bunch. But I would say I think he's America's dumbest congressman. But, this was a widespread thing. This is something that is still believed when you look at polls. They don't. I mean, who would want to blame your own side for something so terrible? But internalize that. It is your own side. It was your own side that did this. And they did it because of the same reasons you're standing out there beating the crap out of a guy trying to sell T-shirts. It's the same instinct, and that anger and just brutality toward your fellow human being is disgusting, and especially when it's placed in this bizarre context where they're the good guys. Like, oh gosh, they're so upset at Chuck Schumer today because he didn't have healthcare subsidies because they're so concerned about people's health. Are you? It certainly doesn't feel that way when I watch you mocking someone's death.
It's really horrific. I don't really know how to reach out to these people at all. It's the one time of year that Birch Gold Group gives away free gold with every qualifying purchase. That's right, for Black Friday, when you convert an existing IRA or 401k in whole or in part into a tax-sheltered IRA in gold, Birch Gold will send free gold to your home for every $20,000 purchased. Gold started this year around $2,600 an ounce. By October, it was over $4,000 an ounce. Why? Global uncertainty. 2025 has been defined by trade wars. Central banks are pulling from the US dollar as the global reserve currency, and military tension continues to build. Gold thrives in times of uncertainty, and if you are looking to diversify your savings, Birch Gold can help you. Plus, now through November 30th, get free gold with a qualifying purchase. Just text MK to the number 989898 to claim your eligibility and for our free info kit on gold. But your opportunity for free gold with purchase will end on November 30th. So don't wait. Text MK to the number 989898 for full details. Message and data rates may apply. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.